We're out here today testing out the new Adidas AvaCourt tennis shoe. Let's go try it out. Based on all the research that I heard that Adidas did going into this AvaCourt shoe, I was very excited to start the play test. And it's easy for me to compare it to other shoes in the Adidas line. So it sits perfectly between a Barricade and a Stella Court or an Ubersonic for me. It's a little bit faster than a Stella Court, a little more streamlined, but has a little bit more support and stability than an Ubersonic and a little bit more cushion. As far as fit, it fits me the same as all other Adidas shoes, so I did wear my true size. I find it to have a very similar fit to the Stella Court. And then from there, I just love the underfoot cushioning because it wasn't too soft and mushy, but it was still very comfortable yet really responsive. I found the layers of support on the upper added to the confidence in my movement, which helps with my confidence on the court. So the traction on this shoe also was perfect for me. I like something a little stickier, so I'm not sliding around. I felt really confident moving quickly and getting back into position. If I had to find a tiny little area of this playtest that I'm going to complain about is I was wearing this shoe everywhere, all on the court, off the court, after tennis, before tennis. So my shoes are showing a little bit of wear and dirt, but that just means I can try another one in maybe one of the other color options. So all in all, a really favorite shoe of mine for 2022, and I'm really excited to keep wearing this shoe on the court.
A good sign for me that I really like a shoe and that I'm finding it really comfortable is if I find myself wearing them well after my court time is over. And the first time I wore these AvaCourts, I noticed that 3 hours later back at my desk, I was still wearing the shoes. That's not always very typical for me. I often am taking them off right after I get back just because I like to change my socks. But these shoes, I really enjoyed the underfoot cushioning. I found it to be soft and comfortable, yet also responsive, so I always felt supported on the court in all of my movements. I also really like the Stellas by Adidas, some of my favorite shoes of all time. And I found these to have a similar fit, although for my wider feet, I did find that the AvaCourts fit a little bit better in the forefoot. The Stellas have a nice soft meshy upper, which allows my foot to relax inside the shoe, but I feel like my forefoot, because it's wider, sits a little bit better inside the shoe in the AvaCourt. As I was moving around, I enjoyed the traction, and I thought these shoes were holding up really well, and I always felt supported and stable. If I had one knock, it's just that, same with the Stellas, is that I am a toe dragger, and the material, it's protecting the shoe just fine. However, because I drag that toe, it's a little bit shiny and it's getting a little scuffed, so it looks a little bit dirty, but it's just a cosmetic issue. Overall, I think I'm going to be really wearing these AvaCourts, and they're right up there with the Stellas as some of my favorite Adidas shoes.
When I first opened the shoebox, I was really excited to see these AvaCourt shoes in it, and I really loved how they look. I think they look great both on court and off court. And now when I slipped these shoes on my feet, the first thing I noticed was that they fit true to size. I stayed in my normal size 8. The length was perfect. I thought the toe box was a nice generous toe box, and I thought the width was medium. Now compared to the Stellas, I actually thought there was maybe a little bit more room in these AvaCourts in the midfoot. I had just a little bit extra room, but that didn't affect playability at all. Now when it came down to the court and moving around, one of my big factors when I look for shoes is support and stability. This shoe passed the test. I played several intense practice sessions as well as some match play in these, and my ankles and my feet felt fully supported throughout the entire practice as well as the day after, which sometimes I can get a little bit sore. Another positive for me was the durability. Now I wasn't sure with the translucent outsole how it'll hold up, but pleasantly surprised after 15 plus hours. I'm seeing very little to no wear, so I have plenty of life left. One other thing I want to mention was the weight. For me, I found it to be about average weight. I didn't find it to be like a super lightweight quick shoe, but I also didn't find it to be heavy or holding me back either. My one small knock would be the tongue. It wasn't my favorite. There's not a lot of cushioning in it, and it kind of goes up a little high, but really that's pretty minor. Overall, I think the AvaCourt is a great option for players who are looking for high performance as well as great looks. To learn more about this shoe or any others, please check us out at Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.